Dun, 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 dun. Oh shit. What up, gamers? It is Will 777JD, and we are live. The State of Gaming podcast today, December 29th. A couple more days before the year ends, and man, 2024 was a weird year. I think it was a weird year for me, gaming wise. But we have 2025 to look forward to. Hopefully, things spruce up a little bit and get better, at least for my tastes. But uh, Nelson will not be joining us today. He needed to take off for the night, and so it will be just me. And what today I wanted to talk about, I want to just keep it light, keep it short today. Last podcast of the year. Next week will be the first of the year. And I want to do a little bit of talking about gaming, of course. It's been kind of a slow month in gaming news. Of course, that's pretty typical. Every year around this time, the developers are off for the holidays, and um, they're gone. They're gone spending time with their family, which good for them. So there hasn't been much for gaming news per se this month, but we do have a ton of games to look forward to in the first month of the year. Now, this year is the first year it seems like where there hasn't been a major release in December, which is kind of weird to me. Normally, you see some releases, November, December, kind of beginning of the month to get ready for the holiday season, but we didn't really see that. For me, though, it has been a great year in pickups. I was able to expand the collection pretty significantly. I don't know exactly how many games I've added to the collection this year, but I've added a pretty good amount, man. If I were to guess, I'd say I've added between 20 and 30 games physical. So that was pretty good. But it's got to be more than that, right? Yeah, because just PS3 and Xbox games alone, I've accumulated 20 to 30 of them. I want to say this year I've accumulated close to 50 to 60 games. So it's been a good year for that. I've been able to accumulate some of the games that I've been wanting to get for a while, waiting for them to go down to the price point that I need them to be. Because I don't buy everything day one. And actually, the majority of my games I've bought on sale, $20 and under. So it was a good year for that. I added to the collection. So much so that I was trying to spend a couple bucks that I had on gift card that I got for Christmas, and I was having a hard time spending that money. Imagine that. Not because there isn't games out there that I don't that there ain't. It's not that there isn't any games out there. It's just that there isn't anything out there that I really want. You know what I'm saying? I've been able to get just about anything I wanted this year. Thank you. I feel blessed for that. But there are lots of games that I do want that haven't come out yet or that haven't even gotten announced. Like I'm waiting for basically all PlayStation first party games to get announced so we can figure out what will be coming. As we spoke previously before here, is that PlayStation no longer wants to go nil on a year. They want to produce at least one first party game per year. So that'll be exciting. This year, though, 2025, Xbox is coming in strong, which they needed to because the first 3 years of the console generation was complete trash. They had almost no releases. Almost no releases. I mean, they didn't even release anything day and date with their console. So it was pretty slim pickings for Xbox. So this year, I'm excited to see what they do. I hope their games hit. I hope they bang. I mean, I'm looking forward to Doom myself. Um, Indiana Jones, I'll be playing that when it gets to PlayStation. I did play a little bit of it over on the Game Pass, but the controller is just not my preferred way of gaming. So if I know that it's going to come to PlayStation, I'll just put it off till it gets there. And Stalker 2, I've been playing that. I actually re-downloaded it a couple days ago. I'll probably get into that specifically because there is no release date for PlayStation, and the developers are basically just working on making the game better, getting rid of some of those bugs, getting rid of, polishing the game up. So whenever the game does come to PlayStation, it should be the best version of the game. So that's exciting. I'm looking forward to that. Avowed comes out in February. So that's going to be something to look forward to. Some people's hype has increased as time goes along with Avowed. Some people's hype has decreased. So we will see what the final product looks like. But yeah, they have some stuff coming out, man. I mean, they can easily fill that one game per month quota that Phil Spencer. Oh shit, that Phil Spencer wanted to do one fucking game per month on Game Pass, and how the fuck did that work out for you, Phil? So we'll see. We'll see what this year looks like. Of course, a lot of these games will be third party, so you can get them on PlayStation, on Xbox, PC. I'm wondering what Nintendo will look like, especially with the Nintendo Switch 2 rumor to come out this year. We'll see if they'll release games for the current Switch or if there will be Switch 2 versions. Who knows? We all know that Nintendo has had kind of a sluggish year as well. And to me, that's just another sign of them winding down the generation, starting the next generation, and hopefully with this new generation, they come out strong. So we will see. We will see with Nintendo what happens there. But I did get another printout from GameStop with upcoming PS5 physical game releases that should be coming um, starting January, as soon as January 3rd. But the crazy thing about this list is that it is 2 pages long, and the majority of the games are the first 3 months of the year. That takes care of about a page and a half, is the first 3 months of 2025. So there's a lot of games out there that or that don't have a date, no release date yet. And then we have a lot of they're not re-releases, but I call them re-releases because they've already released physically or digitally. They just haven't released physically. So there's a lot of that. But in the month of January, I mean, in the January 3rd, Little Big Adventures, I don't know what the hell that is. It comes out the 3rd. It's a $40 game, so who the fuck knows? Eve's Memoir, Oath, I don't know what that is. That's a 7th. Resident Evil 2, Resident Evil 7, Resident Evil 3. Those will be the PS5 versions of the game, and those will be available physically on January 10th. No date on Metal Gear Solid, bro. Not yet, hero. How you doing, man? I mean, it's on my list here of. Let me see if it's on here. Yeah, it's on here, Metal Gear Solid, but there's no date. It's just December 31st, 2025. I could have sworn that game was supposed to come out in 2024. But the first month, so January, so we got the Resident Evil PS5 versions that are coming physically. Dynasty Wars Origins, that's probably the first big one of the year that will be dropping, which is January 17th. So 3 weeks, almost 3 weeks. I'm good, already pre-ordered from EB Games. I expect March 2025. Yeah, we'll see. I mean, Konami, I don't fucking know, bro. Like, I just got into this argument with Brett today about release dates and confirmed. Because he said something about a game that the games are for Xbox that are coming out this year have been confirmed. And I'm like, what do you mean confirmed? Confirmed by who? He's like, well, Xbox. Xbox confirmed them with a release date. And I'm like, that doesn't fucking mean shit. How many times have they quote unquote confirmed the game to come out at a certain time and it never did? It got pushed. We saw that with Starfield. We saw that with Halo. We saw that with Avowed. And Avowed was even worse because they're like, yeah, we're gonna push this out to 2025. Y'all have too many games to play. Like, what? You're saying we have too many games to play, so you're pushing it out until next year. Okay. So yeah, who knows when they will put these games out. But a lot of people think 2025 is a strong year. I hope that's the case. I mean, there's just a lot of pending stuff. I mean, just in Xbox alone, there's games that they announced 4 years ago that are supposed to come out this year, so we'll see. But I honestly think that 2024 was a weak year in gaming. Even SEI hadn't confirmed release dates for their published game. Exactly. I mean, and the only thing that we know of is Ghost of Yotei, and we don't even know a date for that, which will probably be after the fiscal year ends, which should be right around March, April. As soon as that ends, that's when we'll probably get a date. So it won't even come out in the first quarter of the year. I'm guessing it'll probably be around the same time Ghost of Tsushima came out back in 2020, which I believe was like a June release or a summer release of sorts. So maybe we'll see Ghost of Yotei around that time too. Sony wants to do at least a game per year from their first party. We'll see. I mean, they have the studios, but we will see, man. PlayStation, I haven't been very happy with PlayStation this last 4 or 5 months at all. Let's see. We have so Dynasty Warriors is probably the biggest one that we have in January, which is the 17th. Otherwise, Darksiders 2 Definitive Edition. That's just basically a remake or remaster. Sniper Elite. So the new Sniper Elite game will be out the 28th of January. And that would be it for the month of January. As far as like big games go, there's some stuff that I'm sure people are looking forward to, like maybe Honkai Star Rail, or yeah, that's the only thing I can recognize. But January is a pretty light month too. February is a good one. February we have Kingdom Come Deliverance, which I just pre-ordered a few days ago. That will be dropping February 4th. I pre-ordered the gold edition. What else do we have? Behemoth, Skydance Behemoth, which is a PSVR 2 game, came out already in November, but I'm looking forward to buying a physical copy of that game, which will be February 6th. Sid Meier's Civilization, that will be February 11th. What else do we have here? Assassin's Creed Shadow, so that is February 14th, Valentine's Day. So already in the first half of February, we have Kingdom Come, Sid Meier's Civilization, Assassin's Creed Shadows. So already starting off strong. Then we have the Plucky Squires releasing the 21st of February, which once again, that's just a physical version of the game. The game already came out day and date on PS Plus. Like a Dragon Pirate Yakuza, that will be out 2020 or February 21st. What else? Dollhouse, Like a Dragon, Monster Hunter will be the last day of February. What you say, Hero? AC Shadows is something I'm seriously looking forward to. Collector's Edition, day one. Yeah, I'm gonna play it too. I'm just not gonna buy it brand new. I'll wait till I get a used copy. I don't like that you have to be connected to the internet in order to install the game. Like what the fuck, bro? I take my ownership serious. I work hard for my money, and the stuff that I buy, I want it to be mine, and I want the games to be mine. I don't know why that's so hard to ask for in today's world, but and yeah, bro, I wouldn't care what anybody says either. I wouldn't care what nobody says. If that's what you like, that's what you like. I mean, look at me. I've been talking about Power Wash Simulator, how it's so great. Everybody makes fun of that game. I don't care. Nobody pays my fucking bills. Nobody, you do what you do. It's nobody's fucking business. People have the misunderstanding that because you're social with people and you're on their discords and YouTube and X and all this stuff, that they're supposed to have some sort of input in your gaming requirements, and it's like, fuck off. The online requirement is a disaster for single player games. Absolutely, man. And the crazy thing is that the games that got taken off, um, they got taken off last year. One of them was a Ubisoft game. You know what I'm saying? The Crew. They themselves. You know what I'm saying? They took the servers out, and the game doesn't have an offline mode. Can't play the fucking game anymore. So you have that history with your games, and therefore you're gonna come out with games that, come on, man. It's just common sense. But Ubisoft will get their awakening here soon, man. I mean, they keep going the way that they are. They're just gonna keep losing money and money, and gamers will continue to leave, and it's just the way that it goes. It just takes a while for shit like this to happen. You know what I mean? It just don't happen overnight. So that will be Monster Hunter will be the last game of February that will be released, or last major one. For March is a pretty big month too. As far as though not big as in there'll be a lot of games physically. Split Fiction will be out March 6th. That I'm looking forward to. That is a day one for me. ASAP. I just beat It Takes Two for the third time. Is it the third time? No, the second time with Nelson. Game is awesome. Fucking well made video or well made game. Then we have, what else do we have in March? If I wasn't eager for the AC Shadow statue, I wouldn't be buying the CE edition full price either. See, I like buying collector's edition, but unfortunately, these developers don't like publishing the collector's edition with a physical disc. So I stopped buying physical collector's edition because what's the point? Maybe, for a statue or something like that, but I might as well just buy the statue for like whatever game I'm buying. So like if I really wanted, for example, a Final Fantasy statue, bad example because Final Fantasy came out with a deluxe or with a 2 disc game. But let's say Space Marine Warhammer. If I really wanted, a statue of a Space Marine, then I would want a fucking physical disc in my collector's edition. And if it doesn't come with it, but I still want the statue, I just go buy it independently. Yeah, PlayStation is too far gone. Yeah, and that's cool, Hero. I'm glad that they have the disc. I'm just not interested in Assassin's Creed like that. But yeah, no, that's great. At least they're doing that. But once again, the disc you need to be connected to online. So I mean, what the fuck is the disc worth anyways? You know what I mean? I mean, it's great that you get to still trade it in and sell it. So at least you get that. But as far as like ownership goes, and that's just the example. I'm not attacking Assassin's Creed. There's lots of games like that. You know what I'm saying? Where it's the license, especially on Xbox. Almost actually all their games that have come out recently are physical disc. If you can even get it, it only has a license on it. You got to download the rest. But yeah, PlayStation is way gone. I mean, the first collector's edition that I bought this generation was the Horizon, and I was so deflated. I skipped the God of War collector's edition, even though I really wanted the hammer. I did buy the Spider-Man collector's edition only because I secured a physical copy through other means, and I gave the digital code to Thrifty. Otherwise, I would have skipped on that too. Yeah, well, I mean, you can't really blame them when you have the majority of gamers buying the games physically or digitally for their own convenience, right? So, I mean, can you blame them for wanting to keep or trying to kill physical? Yeah, Call of Duty, those have been freaking digital only basically. There's no point in getting a disc for that. The only benefit, like I said, of those is you can still sell them and trade them in. So those are the only benefits. But as far as like if you are looking to keep the game, it's worthless because except for the fact that you can sell it because once they um once they decide to change something, that licensing is gone, the music or whatever. Greed is good for the seller and bad for the yeah. Yeah. Well, and like I said, I mean, the majority of people are buying games digitally, so I don't blame them for getting rid of physical, but at the same time, it's just working out for them. You know what I mean? They would like for it to be digital anyways because they control it, but the fact that the gamers are pushing it that way anyways makes it easier for them. They don't have to sell us on digital. The gamers are already all in on that. So we're doing the work for them. What we should be doing is we should be advocating for more consumer rights. We should be advocating for more consumer protections and things like that. That's what we really should be doing. So like, okay, if you really want this digital world, then how about you protect yourself from it? Like, don't dive in head first and expect that things are gonna work out at the end because they're fucking not. And we've been seeing already PlayStation is using AI in their chats, and you know, you say certain things, they'll delete the message, they'll censor it. It's just it's a different world, which is something that I wanted to talk about today on the podcast. Anyways, Nelson was supposed to be here, but the conversation was Nelson said this is like my 33rd anniversary as a gamer because he's counting when he got his first console, which was at Christmas. And I'm like, damn, you're fucking right. A lot of us can gauge how long we've been gaming based on Christmases. So this Christmas was our whatever 30th anniversary because a lot of us got our consoles during Christmas. So I just called my mom before the podcast and I asked her, I'm like, Mom, when did you buy me the Super Nintendo? And she's like, I don't fucking remember when I bought it for you. I'm like, okay, well, did you give it to me for Christmas or was it just a regular gift that you got me? Like a birthday gift or whatever. And she said, no, it was a Christmas gift. All right, cool. Mom, what year did you give me the N64? I don't remember what year. I'm like, was it a Christmas gift? Yes, it was a Christmas gift. I was like, Mom, what about the PlayStation 2? Yep, that was another Christmas gift. So every console I've ever had has been a Christmas gift from my parents. And I'm wondering how many of you guys out there are just like me, where you received all your consoles during the holiday season. Like, did you just ever, like, it's a Tuesday, middle of summer, and a console came out the previous November or something, and your parents were just like, hey, you know what, you've been a good kid, or it's your birthday, we're going to buy you a console. Or, has that ever happened to you? Famicom for me, December 25th. Yeah, no, I don't. Mine was the first. What up, Panda? And Panda's been gaming for 22 years. So you have been gaming for 1990, so 20, 34 years, Hero. For me, it was 1992, Super Nintendo. So I've been gaming for 32 years. Panda has been for 22 years. But I brought that up because we're talking about which was part of the topic of discussion anyways, but talking about the physical stuff, like how awesome was it to open up that console, right? And then you open up the games, and then you just have them in your hand. You're turning them around, opening things up, and it's just freaking awesome. Where digital just doesn't fit into that. You know what I mean? Digital, you don't have the excitement. It's like same thing with midnight releases, right? You pre-order freaking whatever Grand Theft Auto, 4. You go to freaking GameStop or wherever you pre-order it from. You wait in line. It's fucking packed. And now what do? You just fucking sit there, watch the PlayStation clock hit midnight, and while the game installs, or while you're waiting for that, you look through your phone, and it's already installed, it's ready to go. You were PC gaming since 1988. I was born in 1988. I was born in 1988, Hero. How old are you, Hero? I thought you were like our age. What about you, Panda? How old are you? Are you in your 20s? Oh, okay, so you're 44, so you're only 8 years older than me. Ah, Civilization 7 physical. You're 26? Okay. Yeah, so we're all within 10 age or 10 years of each other. So Panda's 26, I'm 36, Hero's 44, I'm 36, we're 8 years apart. Nelson, I think he's 38. So we're all around the same age. Brad, I think he's 30 or 29 or something like that. But man, I hope you do get a physical copy of Civilization, bro. That'd be dope for PC. There is a dude who recommended me a game. He's a subscriber to the channel. His name is Stranger Moon, Mr. Stranger Moon, and he buys a lot of physical games for PC. Oh, dude, I think gaming. I don't think it was quite a taboo. I was born in Puerto Rico, but I was too young to know what the social norm was as far as gaming goes. I came to the United States when I was 5, but I mean, gaming. And dude, your wife, that's not out the ordinary. A lot of people are like that, even in today's world where there's billions of gamers and hundreds of billions of dollars that are made. Um, like I saw a interview where they asked, I forget how many women on the street, and every single woman put gaming to be a red flag over other shit like alcoholism, gambling. Gaming was still number one of turnoffs for them. There is something in their mind that looks at a guy who games as a yuck thing. You know what I mean? So it's so fucking weird. Like I get my I go visit my mom or my dad or whatever, and they're like, yeah, if you put down that fucking game, and I'm like, oh, let me guess. You just want me to watch TV like you do? That will make you feel better about me? So you just want me to come home and watch a movie or a TV show instead of playing my game just like you do? That will make you feel better about it. That's so fucking weird. So weird. You don't say shit to somebody who reads books or listens to music or paints or draws. And I've always said that gaming is above watching movies. It's above listening music. It's almost above reading books. Depends on the fucking books. Yes, with books you exercise your mind, right? You're learning new words, you're reading. But with gaming, you're doing a lot more than just entertaining yourself. But yeah, I do those too. I mean, I got books, I read books. I'm not like a huge book person, but I do have like I got the Dune books I read. I also read books that fascinate me, whether it's about politics or history. Like I just bought a book about Christopher Columbus. It's got his journal in there, so I do read, but I don't spend time watching movies or TV shows. I mean, I do watch them just very, very occasionally. Like in the last few years, the only movies I've seen in the movie theater were basically gaming related. Sonic 3, Sonic 2, Spider-Man, or a war movie that I really want to see. I really love war movies, but more because it's historical. You know what I mean? But I just find that odd. I just find that super odd. It's like, bro, how is gaming your number one ick, but yet a fucking gambler or an alcoholic is number four, but gaming is number one as your number one ick? Make that make sense. This year I've done 919 hours, and this is a down year. Of what? Of gaming or reading? I've never met anybody who kept track of gaming or reading time. Oh, okay. I'm still reading gaming magazines. That's dope, Panda. That's dope. I also have a huge Game Informer collection. I was very sad when Game Informer stopped sending physical copies, but yeah, it's just super weird, super weird. What was the other thing? Yeah, gaming can be. It's a who else is a safe hobby, right? But some people with gaming, it's a dangerous thing, man. Like all they do is gaming, and they don't take care of themselves properly. They don't maximize their work. They're not really making money. They're kind of living a stagnant life where they're not improving or getting better at something. And not saying that if you have a boring life, that's bad, because I used to dream of having a boring life when I was in the military, when I was in combat. I used to dream of just waking up on a Saturday, going to the grocery store, paying the bills, maybe going to dinner and then coming home and just chilling. I used to dream of that. And when I was a kid, I wanted to run away from that shit. As a matter of fact, that's one of the reasons why I joined the military to begin with. I was 18 years old. I was working at the same factory my dad worked at. I was actually his supervisor. And Monday through Friday, 6 a.m. to 2 p.m. I lived with my girlfriend at the time, and it was Monday through Friday, go to work, come home, get home around 2:33. You know what I'm saying? Take a shower, cook dinner, sit in front of the TV, watch a movie, go to sleep, rinse and repeat. Then on the weekends, we go pay bills, run errands, grocery shop, whatever, and chill. Right? Go to a movie, go on a date night, whatever. Every now and again, we throw a little party at the house, have friends, invite them over, whatever. Bam. And I remember one day I was sitting in my living room. I was playing, the PS3 had just came out, and I had a big thing with Tiger Woods golf. Or what was it called? PGA? Or I don't know, it was Tiger Woods. And my girlfriend's sister, my girlfriend's sister's baby daddy was visiting. He just got back from Marine boot camp, and he was there checking out the PS3. He's like, "Oh, this shit's fucking cool. The graphics look so good." And we're talking. He's like, "Yeah, I'm deploying or to doing some training, and then we're deploying to Iraq or Afghanistan. We don't know yet." And he's telling me all this shit that he's gonna do. And I was just sitting there, kind of like in a blank, like daydreaming kind of state. And I'm looking downstairs into my car, right? I'm sitting by the window and I see my car parked out front. And I'm like, and my dad's car is right behind that because we used to live in a duplex and I rented upstairs. My parents rented downstairs. And my dad's car was parked right behind mine. I'm like, what the fuck am I doing? I'm 18 years old. I'm living with my girlfriend. I go to work every day. I come home. It's nothing. We pay bills. I work with my dad. I'm actually his boss. I'm literally driving the same Toyota my dad is driving, except his is a couple years newer. Why am I living life like a 40-year-old? Like this can't be it. And like 2 months later, I was, or like, yeah, like 2 months later, I went to the recruiter's office, and like 3 weeks later, I went to boot camp. And that's why I don't have a lot of PS3 experience because I was doing all that in my life. I was in the military, training, deploying, doing all that shit. But Tiger Woods was the game that I was playing on the PS3 at the time. That, Madden, stuff like that. And the whole time, I'm in the military doing all this shit, I used to daydream about just being at home and having the quote unquote boring life. But that's how gaming can become dangerous. You know what I'm saying? If you're not out here trying to make things happen for yourself, or you're neglecting other things of your life, gaming can definitely become dangerous just like anything else. Right? You can become addicted to gaming, look for that dopamine hit. I mean, if you look around, we see it all the time. We talk about this all the time, how people are always bitching and complaining that there isn't anything in play. Well, it's like because your fucking dopamine is so depleted that nothing interests you in gaming. So therefore everything sucks. But there's a lot of good games out there. You're looking at one right now, Redacted. That game's awesome. I have 30 hours into it already. It's not a game that you beat per se. It's like a dungeon crawler, but it's very fun. And I look for reasons to play. I don't look for reasons not to play a game. But so it's just awesome how we all have our gaming anniversaries usually happen around Christmas time because that's when we all got our consoles. Yeah, exactly. Exactly, Henry. So it's just weird. Hero says, I agree, but maybe because of my ADHD, I've always been able. Yeah, and I mean, look, everybody's a little different. I mean, I'm sort of that way too. People's like, oh, I game a lot. I do game a lot, but that's because I stick all my free time that I have into gaming. I don't do other shit, right? But I still have a social life. I still, oh, you're good, bro. I still go to family events. I go on dates. I try to get laid. I do a lot of shit. But it's all about managing your time correctly. And I'd rather people are at home gaming than out here, drinking alcohol or doing drugs or whatever. But gaming, like we were talking about earlier, is is a ick for a lot of women, bro. Number one, and that blows my mind. I don't understand it. Maybe it's just because women don't want men to have fun, but it's a different thing, man. I never understood that. But getting back to 2025, I talked a little bit earlier about the games that are coming, and January just seems to be a very slow month for gaming. February is where things are gonna pick up. We talked about Kingdom Come. Use a year two. Yeah, exactly, Henry. Exactly. They're look, man. I'm single for a fucking reason. You know what I mean? I do have a girlfriend, but I consider myself single because I see her on the weekends. Basically, I refuse to see her during the middle of the week. I refuse, and not always. You know what I'm saying? There may be some times where I'm like, hey, it's Tuesday night, let's go fucking, or Wednesday night, let's go out to do something or whatever. And I feel like eating dinner, but I've been single for I don't know about 8 9 years, in or off relationships, nothing serious. And since I downgraded my profession to what I do now, and I'm making like 40% less than what I used to, How is it that now that I'm single, I have more money than I did when I was making all that money in my previous job? Explain that to me. And my gaming collection has grown tenfold. Like how does that work? You know what I mean? But I stay single because not because I don't want to be in a relationship, right? But it has to be the right person. It just does, man. And it has to be the right person, especially when I'm comfortable in my life and I like my routine and I like where I'm at and I like the goals that I have set for myself and the goals that I would like to achieve. And I'm good with that. And the way that these women, not all, of course, some women are, it's like, how is gaming your number one ick when you just been fucking 40 different dudes this fucking year? Talk about you can't find a good man. You know what I'm saying? Or when they put, and I live by Lake Michigan, and I'm like, these bitches out here putting on their Tinder fucking profile. I love long walks on the beach, and I'm like, bitch, I ain't never seen you on Lake Michigan ever, ever. And I go to that motherfucker at least a couple times a week, and I ain't never seen your ass walking on the fucking beach. But you romanticize shit on paper, but your behavior is completely fucking different. That's why I tell these people, including with Xbox, it's like, look at what they do, not what they say. Because if you've been looking at what the fuck they say, you would have sworn that you had 50 exclusives that came out this generation for the Xbox. But y'all motherfuckers got like three. Exactly, Henry. That's what I was saying earlier. That my parents would say something like, "Oh, look at you playing PlayStation." I'm like, "What? You rather me just fucking watch TV like you?" Same shit with these women. What? You rather me just be on social media like you and take 50 selfies? House a fucking mess, but you made a little space in the floor so you can take a selfie and post it up so you can show the world what you want them to see and not what you really are. You know what I mean? Move that camera a little bit to the right and you see the fucking a stack of fucking laundry or a pile of fucking dishes that you ain't done in 2 fucking weeks, growing mold at the bottom and shit. Get the fuck out of here. But that's the thing about social media, bro. They want you to see what they want to show you, and nothing more, nothing less. But man, yeah. So I don't know how I feel about 2025, man. 2025 feels like a soft year. I mean, I know there's some bangers coming, right? We have Monster Hunter. I'm still unsure about that game. That will be in the end of February. I know I'm getting Kingdom Come for sure. What else will we have in February that I forgot about? Like a Dragon Pirate is coming out. Assassin's Creed. Let's take a look at March. March. I don't. Adam Fall. February is Avowed, but there's no physical copy for that. No physical copy for Avowed. Well, there hasn't been physical for Xbox any fucking ways. That's it for March. I don't really see nothing else in March. April, Titan Quest. Oh no, yeah, that's it. That's it, man. So like, it's very yeah. Split Fiction. That's my day one. I think that's gonna be Gotti of 2025. I think Split Fiction is gonna be Gotti 2025. That's a day one. I can't believe they're only charging $40. Yeah, a lot of people are on that Monster Hunter, Henry. A lot of people. Panda, you're gonna be building a new PC this year. Keep busy for the first half with Assetto Corsa. Huh? Okay. And Civ. Nice. PoE. Henry thinks PoE 2 is gonna be Gotti. I think that Split Fiction will be Gotti. Hero agrees. Yeah, we'll see. I mean, I played a little bit of PoE. I haven't played it since it came out. I might actually, I don't know. I just downloaded a whole bunch of games. I downloaded Metal Gear Phantom. I downloaded Door or Eight Doors. What's that game called? I've been playing Wingman. That game is fucking player. Yeah, I don't even see the only game I see myself buying day one and spending full price is Kingdom Come. That's it. That's the only game that it's Split Fiction, but Split Fiction is 40 fucking dollars, dude. Let me just double check that on my list here. Yeah, Split $50. $50. And mind you, you just buy the game and your friend already can play it for free. But we will see. We will see what the year turns out. I'm really wanting to see what PlayStation does this year, man. 2025 or 2024 was a dud year to for me from PlayStation. I mean, Astrobot was good, Stellar Blade was good, but those are, third party deals. Exodus has no date. Ghost of Yote to me is means nothing. They did my boy Jin dirty. So, I mean, if the game is good, the game is good and I'll buy it, but yeah, Ghost of Yote means absolutely nothing to me right now. Intergalactic, that's another one that we don't know if it'll be 2025. A lot of people are saying 2026. I say it's 2025 only because I don't think PlayStation is going to be promoting a game 2 years out or showing a game that's 2 years out. I don't think so, but we'll see. These games like that, which the community and fans get into early up cooking when you reach release, which PoE will be. Yeah, I see it. I see that happening with PoE. And two other games that may just catch my eye. I don't expect to do anything crazy. To be honest, these studios sitting on their ass doing bare minimum. I always play a female when given the choice, so default female character is good for me. It's the issue isn't that it's a female hero. That's not the issue. The issue is that they made her ugly, and that we tend to know based on the history. Oh, you're talking about Ghost of Yote. It's not that she's a female. It's that Jin's story wasn't over with. I mean, we know that the Mongols invaded mainland Japan. We know that a hurricane is what helped the samurai defeat the Mongols. Like, there's still a whole other game there. Like, why the fuck are we skipping a couple 100 years? And, you know what I mean? It's like, what the fuck? And then people say, well, it's an anthology, so they can go back to Jin. Okay, that would be cool if these fucking games didn't take a decade to make. You know what I mean? Like, Ghost of Tsushima came out in 2020. Ghost of Yote is going to come out in 2025. That's fucking 5 years, bro. And that seems to be the fastest PlayStation is doing on sequels. It's about 5 years. So what? I'm going to be fucking 50 years old by the time we get back to Jin Sakai? What kind of bullshit is that? Back in the mid 2000s, you get fucking Gears 1, Gears 2, Gears 3 in fucking 5 years. The Mass Effect trilogies, you got that shit in 5 years, 6 years. And now we're getting one fucking game every 5 years. That's why I can't let Ghost of Yote go past. Even if it was an anthology series, we're gonna get the next one in 5 fucking years. So from the time that Jin Sakai, we got to play Jin Sakai, to the time we get to play him again, it's 10 fucking years? But yet PlayStation's gonna invest on these remakes and remasters. So we'll see another Ghost of Tsushima, the same one, probably be re-released another fucking 2 times by the time that a sequel to Jin Sakai comes out. True, but also Ubisoft is fucking a whole bunch of fluff. You know what I'm saying? A whole bunch of fucking bullshit. Like, out of all the games that Ubisoft releases, how many were good? You know what I mean? Prince of Persia was good. What was the other one that I talked about in my video? Um, Damn, I forgot the fucking name. The Greek mythology one. Immortal Phoenix Rising. So they've had like two good ones. I mean, I like Valhalla, but general consensus is not that Valhalla was good. General consensus was that Prince of Persia was good and Immortal Phoenix Rising was good. But Ubisoft, all it takes is a little tweaking. You know what I'm saying? A little tweaking, and they can get to there. They can get there. The fact that their production is already high and they can publish games at a high pace is that's the hardest part, in my opinion. Making a game good, that's the easy part. You know what I'm saying? Change the story here, add a couple elements there, and you're good. But just actually going to work and building the fucking thing, that takes these studios forever, man. Forever. Give me a second, guys. Yeah, it's just take way too fucking long, bro. And that's the thing that pisses me off about Ghost of Yote. Intergalactic, that's another one that I don't understand why people are so butthurt about it, and I also don't understand why the people are like fanning over this fucking game. Like I don't fucking get it. I do not get it. I understand why some people just don't like the main character, and I also understand why people are excited that it's Naughty Dog. I get that. But to be saying that it's gonna be gaudy or that it's gonna be the trashiest game of the year, there's just the evidence isn't there. As far as the main character, like I was saying earlier when I thought we were talking about Intergalactic, but we're talking about Ghost of Yote instead. It's like, well, the main character, the actress that plays her, is a fucking weirdo, right? But also the main character, there's just nothing special about her. And we know based on the history with Neil, how he likes to make these characters, what we can probably expect in a way from it. And we saw a little bit of that in the trailer, you know, that attitude while sucking on the straw and, you know, little shit like that. So we'll see. I really like that fucking 80s music. I really like the aesthetic. I like the fucking outer space sci-fi. I also don't think that we're gonna be flying ships going to planet to planet. I don't think we'll be doing that. I think we'll be in just one planet and that's it. I don't think we'll be traveling through outer space like maybe how some people think we will be. But I'm definitely excited to find out more about it. I'm not gonna make a decision on a game that we didn't see anything about. I don't care for Valhalla. The rest were decent though. That's what I mean when I say you give UB $9 budget with their time span. Assassin's Creed. Oh yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Well, I mean, we can't say. Well, maybe we can say that about Ubisoft, but we can't say that about a lot of other developers. I mean, look at fucking Dragon's Dogma, or not Dragon's Dogma, Dragon Age. Them motherfuckers had 10 years on a crazy budget, and look at the bullshit they put out. You know what I mean? It's just a crazy fucking just crazy world. But I am looking forward to in 2025 China Hero Project, India Hero Project, you know, Lost Soul Asylum. I think that's the name of it. You know, so they're coming with heat in 2025, and I think that 2025 will just show why the East is elite in making video games. And I think that 2025 will demonstrate how shit the West has been and how shit the West is and how shit the West will be. And I'm sure there'll be a couple outliers in there that perform really well, but I think the East is what's going to put gaming back on track. I mean, we saw it in 2024. The biggest games talked about, none of them were made by the West. Um, you know, Stellar Blade, Space Marine, Final Fantasy, um, what else? Grand Blue Fantasy Relink, Visions of Mana, Refantasio. What else came out in 2024? Wukong. All these games were not made in the West. Every single one of these games were made in Europe and the East. Exactly. Yeah. So I will leave you guys with that. I said in the beginning it's gonna be a short one today, being by myself and all. But yeah, man, that's it. Happy New Year's to y'all. Thank you so much for rocking with me this year, or I should say, the last 4 or 5 months. That's it's been a hell of a ride these last few months on my YouTube channel, man. We're at 205 subscribers. There's about 2 more days into right Monday, Tuesday. 2 more days before 2025 gets here, and I'm excited to see what the year brings to the channel. So yeah, thank y'all so much for rocking with me, man. Otherwise, we will catch you probably Tuesday, unless RPG backs out from our Just Playing live stream, which I don't know. But if he doesn't, we should be right on track. But thank y'all so much for rocking with me, and we'll catch you on Tuesday. Keep it gaming. Have a good night, Hero. Have a good night, Harry. Have a good night, Panda. And anybody else who listened, who didn't chat, have a good night, man. And if I don't talk to y'all, have a happy new year, but I'm sure I will because that's what we do, man.